powerful. Yeah. He's so vicious. Like his one-punch power at 135 is like nobody else's in the division. Like the way he starches people is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets so much torque and power into his punches, and he's so fast that he covers ground and his uppercuts, they're just devastating.
Yeah, for sure, I think I can stop him. I'm much quicker than him. He's much stronger, much bigger, but we just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters.
Joe Rogan was caught off guard when Gervonta "Tank" Davis walked into the press room ahead of his exhibition fight with Jake Paul. Instead of his usual sleek, compact frame, Davis looked noticeably bigger and more solid, like he'd been sculpted for power. Rogan, who's seen every kind of elite athlete up close, couldn't help but sound surprised. It was the kind of reaction you get when something exceeds even high expectations.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy is so unusual.
Yeah.
His style so unusual and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped him. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence.
During the face-off, Davis seemed to play down his new size. Instead of flexing or posing tough, he stayed relaxed, sometimes crossing his arms or shifting his stance to hide his build. It looked intentional, like he didn't want to show just how much he'd bulked up. Still, the change was impossible to miss. Rogan also noted that Jake Paul's moves are more about showmanship than sport. He said Jake's fights are built for attention, meant to draw casual fans with wild matchups and betting hype, not true competition. In Rogan's eyes, Jake's genius lies in promotion, not boxing purity. Normally, Davis fights at lightweight, around 135 pounds, while Jake Paul hovers near the cruiserweight limit. But this exhibition, it's set at a shocking 195-pound catchweight, only confirmed after some heated back and forth.
That was Jake Paul promoting it. You know, it's just like, doesn't bother me.
There's compromising the sport, and that's like bad. It's just like
if I bet on it, it bothers the fuck out of me.
Watching it with people who are so in on it, and then also the cut like, man, the sports betting apps they introduced like chat apps in them in Australia, so it's like they're trying to take the place of social media companies where you go together and you meet your friends. Like betting should be exciting enough without having a weird.
They're just trying to draw you in. They're just trying to make money, right? So they're trying to draw you in any way they can.
Yeah.
Because of that massive gap, the fight rules are far from standard. Both men will wear 12-ounce gloves, heavier than what Davis is used to, which changes the feel of every punch and how fighters defend themselves.
You were yelling so much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135.
Trainer Calvin Ford voiced concern about that switch. He said the extra glove weight may soften the impact, but also throws off timing, rhythm, and the way Tank usually moves.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach.
Yes.
And now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas reacted to their face-off by pointing out the glaring size difference. He joked that Tank might need a ladder just to reach Jake's chin. Atlas acknowledged that skill can overcome a lot, but in this case, he said the gap is simply too wide to ignore.
My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s, so he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. And I brought that question up to one of his handlers. They was, no, we don't want to do no mismatch. It's supposed to be expedition. What, you know, now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these prescriptions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank don't really care, you know? So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, he can weigh the 10s and we weigh the 8s.
He compared it to Canelo moving up to face Terrence Crawford, but reminded fans that Crawford was never that undersized. Tank, on the other hand, is giving up too much reach and mass to even connect cleanly. Many fans and analysts share that concern, questioning not only fairness, but safety. Some, like Rogan, argue this fight crosses into strange territory for boxing and sets a risky precedent for future celebrity bouts.
Right? They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract, but I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but you know, a little different. The size difference was, I mean, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping. And it made me think, and I'm gonna ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm gonna ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, AKA Thunderlips. He was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's Rocky.
Dana White didn't hold back either. He blasted Jake Paul for cherry-picking smaller opponents, insisting he should fight someone his own size. White even compared Tank's punching power to Mayweather's, saying Davis hits harder, but warned that Jake's bulk could easily smother him. His message was blunt: fight guys your own size.
Jake Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bull.
Still, Rogan's respect for Davis runs deep. He's praised Tank's knockout of Rolando Romero as proof of a true star in the making, someone who combines skill, speed, and raw power. After the Ryan Garcia fight, Rogan called Davis a silent assassin, calm, patient, and terrifying once he strikes. No matter who he faces, the danger with Gervonta Davis is always one punch away.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power. So much confidence in his power.
You know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Tank, you know, these fighters. You gotta be aware 15 rounds. I know you're going 12, but you gotta think you're going 3 more because one slip, one mistake, and it's over.
Yeah.
You know, so hats off to Tank. You know, he's a great, talented fighter. But again, he haven't faced the top elite fighters in his division.
Right.
You know, so we want to see Tank against, you know, somebody his size, you know, at the elite level.
Yeah.
And I believe he'll do good because, you know, he got the skills, the power, he got the ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude, you know?
Yeah. Coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.